entire country was under French rule, and while they were under the rule, the French exported goods to Vietnam. By the time Vietnam gained independence from France during World War II, the Indochina War started and ended, but after the continuous conflict between North and South Vietnam were still arguing, which led to the Vietnam War. The war left hundreds of thousands of Vietnamese people seriously injured and unable to work in a country with no social safety net and very little private charity. Over 800,000 Vietnamese children lost both of their parents. One-third the population of South Vietnam was rendered homeless at one point or another during the war. 58,000 Americans died and about 250,000 were injured. Approximately 20,000 American children lost their families in the Vietnam War. Millions of Vietnamese people and American servicemen were exposed to toxic chemicals that affected their bodies, but also the bodies of their children and grandchildren. People on all sides were traumatized. Families were shattered. South Vietnam was ostensibly a democracy. Its elections were rigged. Opposition's candidates never rose above a local government. And people did not have the type of civil liberties that Americans enjoy via the Bill of Rights. South Vietnam did not have a constitution until the 1960s. The president of the country had very little right to suspend the constitution as he saw fit.
nations, war between North and South Vietnam continued. However, until April 30th, 1975, when DRV forces captured Saigon, renaming it to Ho Chi Minh City.
Rice was something that was barely mentioned in his presentation. However, it makes sense to think about it when you include it. The Vietnamese didn't really have a choice when it came to fighting. Both North and South Vietnam needed troops, and they couldn't reject offers when their soldiers' families were dying. To this day, freedom of association, freedom of speech, freedom of the press, and the right to a healthy environment are severely restricted. Usually, the topics are considered unacceptable and can cause intimidation and imprisonment if witnessed by the CPV, or the Communist Party of. Before this presentation ends, we have a bibliography to showcase the sites and other sources we used to build this presentation, and we give thanks to the professor we emailed as of help by conducting answers that we were curious to learn about and include in our project. Thank you for listening, and we hope you learned something.